Hey guys, it's Taeyeon here again, and we're back with the second episode of the Mentality series. There were a lot of problems with the last video, obviously. Quality, it didn't fit the player size on YouTube very well. The mic setting was poor. A few different things, so I'm hoping that I've fixed many of those. 3 or 4 of the problems I think will be fixed with this episode. If not, hopefully the next episode then, because these videos take so long to export from the video editor and to upload onto YouTube, that I just can't afford to upload the same episode multiple times, because it takes like a whole day pretty much to get these episodes ready. So just each episode I'm hoping will get a little bit better. Today we actually have 2 different topics. One of them is goal setting, and the other one is making logs of your games. We'll talk about the logs when we get to that part, but that's just kind of a preview. So jumping right into it with goal setting. Anyone you talk to in Overwatch, almost everyone is going to say the same thing if you ask them the question, why do you play competitive? Or sometimes, why do you play Overwatch? I guess that would kind of fall into a different category, but if you go into competitive and you're trying to find people to play with and you say, what is your goal with Overwatch? Why do you play this game? Why do you get onto it and play? What is your main goal? Most of them are going to say one of 2 things. One of those things being, I want to win. The other one of those things being, I want to gain rank. I want to climb. I want to be Grandmaster. I want to be Master. I want to, be at the top of the ladder. Those are not good goals, because winning, if your goal is to win a game, if you go into a game and you say, I'm playing this game specifically to win, you're only going to be happy 50% of the time, roughly, give or take, based on your win percentage. What you should do instead is set your goal to learning, and, like we were talking about in the last video, figuring out what you did wrong. Because if you can figure out what you did wrong, and you can improve upon that, then you can be happy 100% of the time, regardless of a win or a loss. Losses should not bug you. Losses should be better, because they give you more feedback, more information on things you can mess up on. If you totally roll through the enemy team, that's fine, maybe boost your morale a bit, but it doesn't give you any way to improve. So when you stomp the enemy team, it's not really, it's not a bad thing, of course. But the problem we have here is you have people who feed off of this good feeling you get when you stomp the enemy team, and they think that is the best way to go about it. Is they want to stomp every game. They don't want to work hard for anything. They just want to win everything. That's a big problem. So when you lose, use that as a learning experience, because like I was saying, that is something you can benefit from 100% of the time. Whereas winning, obviously, is only roughly 50%. The other part we wanted to talk about was making logs. Now, logs are going to vary from person to person, so I'm not going to give a template for what to use, but I can give you kind of a generalized idea, and hopefully you can take that and use it however you want. People who are a lot more serious about gaining rank and improving at the game will be making better logs than others. They'll put more details on there, they'll take them more seriously, they'll make more logs, whereas some other people may only log 1 out of every 3 games. Very serious people might do every game, it's up to the individual. But pretty much what a log is you write down information in the game. Like, maybe you say, I played Hanzo on Watchpoint Gibraltar Attack. Alright, so Hanzo, Watchpoint Gibraltar Attack. Maybe you want to write down the team comps. Maybe you want to just write down what you struggled with. Maybe you want to write down things that worked out well for you. Maybe you tried something new this time. Maybe you said, instead of positioning here, I'll position over on that building over there, and it worked out for you. Put that in your log. Say, changing position over to this building worked out well. Try that next time I do Hanzo attack on Gibraltar. So you make these logs, and they add up over time. Individually, they're not important at all. But when you add them up, you start seeing patterns. You'll start seeing patterns in hero picks that work out for you, in different strategies on how you approach them, and different ways of dealing with counters or different ways of countering people different team comps and how they interact with each other. Like, oh, on Dorado, this team comp wins like 7 out of 10 times when I've taken a log of them. So now you've gotten this information that you can assess. If you want to organize all of your games by map, if you want to organize all of them by hero, that way you have all of them, together. Like, oh, I'm playing on Dorado, so let's open up the Dorado logs. And so you'll open up your, .txt file, and it says Dorado at the top, and you've got underneath that all of the hero picks you've done, or maybe all of the comps you've done, whatever you want to work on the most, whether it be an individual hero, forming team comps, whatever it is, you make the logs, you write them down, and you study them. Those are probably going to give you the fastest improvement so long as you keep up with them and you keep studying them. That's really, really important. I can't stress that enough. It'll show you your weaknesses. You can use those weaknesses to improve, and it'll show you where you've theory crafted that was good, that worked out for you. Like I was talking about earlier, if you change positions, maybe you saved your ult for a different time, whatever. So logs, write them down, write down whatever information you want. Things that I've suggested, I'll throw out some suggestions, the ones I have, and maybe if I think of some more. Maps, team comps, hero picks, matchups, and when I mean matchups, I mean 1v1s. Like if you find yourself in a corner with, fighting a Winston and you're playing Soldier, make a log of that. I was 1v1ing Winston. This is how it played out. Maybe I should have done this. Maybe I should have run away. Maybe I should have gotten behind cover. Whatever you think it is. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I've got for today. It's a little bit shorter of an episode, like I said. But recap. The 2 things you want to focus on from this episode, maybe take a week to just master to the best of your ability the 2 things in this episode, and that's not letting losses get to you, because your goal is not to win, it's to learn and improve. And if you learn and improve, you will win as a side effect of that. You will start winning passively without having to worry about it because you're improving. So, goal setting. Go to improve, not to win. The second thing we talked about was the logs. Make logs of your games, what worked and what didn't. And keep studying those, keep adding to them as much as you want. And that is all I've got for today, it looks like. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all later.